What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Breaking Lines FC. And today we're going to discuss a little bit about relationism, what relationism is, what are the tactical principles of relationism, because I know it's a term that we've been hearing a lot more frequent in today's game, especially because of Fernando Diniz, the head coach of Fluminense. But before we go any further, I just want to ask you guys for a quick favor. If you could hit that subscribe button, it would help out my page a lot. It would help my content reach others, and it would help me keep producing content for you guys. Thank you so much, and let's get to it. So I've been down this rabbit hole of relationism probably the past month and a half. And it caught my eye, and I became so interested in it when I came across a YouTube video of the tactical analysis breakdown on Fluminense. It's so interesting because it reminds me of Brazil back in the 70s and 80s. It honestly looks like a pickup game because if you try to dissect and find some type of structure, there's really no structure. There's really no set positions, only probably when they're out of possession. But in possession, it is very, very confusing, especially if you're not familiar with the tactical principles of relationism. So before we go any further, I'm going to give you the terminology of relationism that Jamie Hamilton gave it, because he is the creator of the term relationism. So relationism is the tactical philosophy that focuses on the relationship between the ball, the player, and space. So what you'll see is a fluidity and an adaptability to that style of play, and including asymmetries, and I like to call it control chaos. Now, in order to understand what relationism is, we have to touch on what positionism is. Because once you understand positionism, which most of us do, then relationism starts to become a little bit more clear. So the positionist paradigm uses space as the primary reference for player organization. So just to sum that up, think of Pep Guardiola's tactics or principles of play, where the main emphasis is finding space. You'll see a very spread out team with a certain amount of players in each channel, and you won't see too much positional freedom, meaning, for example, you won't see a Kyle Walker or a right back in the striker position in the final third. You won't see that. So there's certain rules and guidelines for each player on the field. Relationism doesn't. Relationism is the complete opposite. There is no really set positions. There's no real structure, but there is certain tactical patterns found in it, or principles. And we're going to discuss them. I'm going to name you the 7, and then we'll go each one by one. So the number 1 is toco me voy, which in English means I pass and I move. You have the tabela, which is the table. You have escadinha, which is the ladder. You have corto luz, tilting, a defensive diagonal, and a yo-yo or the wheel. So we're going to discuss the first one, which is toco me voy, because toco me voy, I pass and I move, is the main principle in relationism. Because without that principle of I pass the ball and I move somewhere else, or I move into space, there won't be no relationism. So toco me voy is something very simple. It's probably the simplest thing, and then you probably do it when you're playing pickup or you're playing futsal. It's the movement made immediately after you make the pass.